nails are your start. Mind that tripping hazard.
So essentially what I've got to do is, what I'm trying to solve, this is new, that's old. But exactly where, fore and aft, does this sit? So that when I've cut the rabbet, everything folds in. Now at the moment you think, oh, it's too far. But don't forget this
That's
plank,
going to go in further.
it has to go in about 2 inches, and when it swings in, it's going to be
go in further, yeah.
about right. So I'm trying to
So does that need to go back?
Sorry?
So does this, so this line here, sorry for those watching, this line here.
They're probably not.
No, it's been edited out, which is good.
They probably fell asleep.
So the further you cut into this, the deeper this goes, the further back this goes.
Right, and not only that, but this is the full meat of the timbers.
Yeah.
But in the background,
Yeah.
but where these close in, it's actually narrower.
Yeah.
So they've got a long way to swing in. Look at that distance there, yeah? So that's 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches. That's got to swing in now. I mean, I could cut the face off the back of that so that it goes in a bit further, but it still won't touch that because it's got to go even further than that to swing home. So some references that I've got, I know exactly how far forward of the breast hook the stem sat, and I pulled it back to that at the top, and the top's looking okay. It really is, how does this all fare in? Now I think it looks okay.
And that's what they did at 1936. They stood back and went, that looks okay.
Exactly. So I think what I should do is trust my measures, skinny this front down, cut the rabbet in rough, and then when it goes in again, these should pretty much close nearly home, and should be on, the line looks fair.
Can you skinny it down, put it in, see where and that will give you the line for the rabbet?
And that will tell me then how far back this goes, because I'll put them to butt against the planks, which is why I left the planks on.
Yeah.
I've got all sorts of references.
You've still got the old one, haven't you, which helps?
I've got the old one, but don't forget I've changed by a fraction. The geometry of this joint and things. So, and this is new, so you lose. You keep as much as you can. But ultimately, and for example, before I moved the boat here, the keel, the ballast keel, was exactly where it had come off. So then I could take the long profile and run it to touch the ballast keel, and that was my backstop.
But that's now moved.
But that's all moved because it got dragged. It doesn't. There's no confirmed relationship to the rest of the boat, so I've lost that. So I'm relying on the table of measurements that I took. But before I go cutting things, I'm just having a real good think. I'm thinking the hell out of it.
Yeah.
That before I go cutting things, and I'm measuring off a line that's already 5 mil proud, because what I've really got to do is take this down and fair all of this bow line to the profile. So I think that if I do it, I think that I'm good. I think that if I do it, I set it in and it goes all right.
Yeah.
I think so. But what I was hoping to do on this put in was I've got to cut the mortises on the keel. So the keel has mortise holes, and this has a mortise, and a block sits in there to stop it shearing.
Position. Yeah.
Well,
an independent piece of material, so it's like a key.
Yes, a key weight. Think of a key. Yeah. So I've got to cut those.
Stick with me.
And so I've got to cut those. And I was hoping to get the measures transferred onto these. So I've got those cut in the keel. I've transferred the lines off. I could mark it on here, but I'm not convinced that I'm exactly right on this. So do I cut the rabbet out roughly, which would give me at least the front line. I won't cut it full depth.
No,
I'll leave myself
gives you a line.
But it gives me a better line to work to, and in the right place in space to close those planks up to. And have I got the bottle to do it now, or shall I stare at it for another 2 hours?
Only you have the answer to that one. In other news, I've nearly done this side. for that, I'll then go back and
You stop taking selfies.
Huh?
You stop taking selfies.
Yeah, now I stop taking selfies. Yeah. Me working, that's where I take the photo of.